Good afternoon. We are going to tie a bent back clouser. This is for all you North and Central Texas guys that are looking for a baitfish copy for a number of species that you're going to find in the Brazos, in the Trinity, in the Nolan, a lot of the rivers, around there where you fish. This is a main forage species for all of the bass, sand bass included, spotted bass, Guadalupe bass, smallmouth, all of the bass. So this one we are going to tie. This is on a Fly Shack Sabre number 7060, and their size is a 12, and it's actually it's closer to a 6. I would actually say it was a size 5, comparable to the Mastad stinger hook or the Gamakatsu stinger hook. So it's a small 6. It's not a strong hook as far as the tensile strength of the wire itself, but it's very sharp, and they hold up very well for the sand bass especially, and smallmouth. So I'll show you how I bent the hook shortly, but I've got 3.2 millimeter tungsten dumbbell eyes. I'm tying this with UTC 140 in tan, and the hair that I'm going to be using, I would like to take some guesses on this. So for you guys that are watching this, let's do something fun. If you can guess what kind of hair this is, and you can message it to me, find me on Facebook, or message it to me here. And if you can guess this, I'll give you a 3-count pack. I'll send them to you. But you got to guess what this hair is. One guess per person. And anyway, we'll do it that way. And then I'll come back on, or if you're at Fly Fest, come by and I will show it to you and we'll talk about it. But yeah, let's keep it a little fun. Make a game out of it. So just going to pluck the little short fibers out. Save them if you want to. I used to. I don't anymore. But they make great dubbing, or it makes great dubbing for any kind of trout patterns, emergers, mayflies, crawdads. So this hair is a little short, so I can't tie it 1.5 times the hook shank. It's only going to be a little over 1 full length of the hook. I'm going to say like between 1 1/4 and 1 and say 3/8 or so. And then up here at the front, I'm just going to cut that at an angle, so that when I finish off my head, my wrap, everything's going to be tapered and in line, and it's going to flow real good. So my last couple of videos, I don't know how, but both of them ended up 7 minutes and 34 seconds. So this one, we're going to make it a little bit longer. I've got enough material, or enough hooks set out here to tie 3 of these for you. So let's get this one finished. So this is a direct copy or an imitation to a number of baitfish species that you're going to find in most of Texas. You're going to find it in most of Oklahoma, Missouri, parts of Arkansas, and it's going to imitate any kind of small, minnow or shiner species that is tan or brown. So this one is a pattern or a color that I came up with to imitate excuse me, imitate an emerald shiner. Emerald shiners, they're primarily in Texas. I have found a few in Oklahoma, but not many. Mostly the Brazos, parts of the Trinity that I have fished for sand bass on. Bullhead minnow, we got those everywhere. I mean, those are basically the minnows that you go to the store and buy. While this is a little bit more yellow, it's still a good imitation of a bullhead minnow. Suckermouth minnow is another species that it copies. And I've got a pretty good list, a forage species list going for different streams that I fish. Brazos, below Possum Kingdom, down above Whitney, the Nolan near the confluence with the Trinity. And then this weekend I'm going to be exploring some more areas of the Trinity, of some feeder creeks around Louisville Lake. And I'm sure that these species of bait fish are going to be found in most of those creeks as well. However, you know, I don't have pictures of them. I've got my seine with me, and it's already packed, so I will do some research and I'll make another post about it for you North Texas guys, or you Southern Oklahoma guys that are headed down to North Texas. Sand shiner, that's probably the other, you know, the more popular, or another popular one. The suckermouth minnow and the bullhead minnow, those two are the main ones. You know, I mean, when you go to the bait shop to buy minnows, chances are that is what you're getting, is bullheads or suckermouth minnows. So again, send me your guess as to what kind of hair you think this is. It is natural hair. It isn't synthetic. It is dyed, but it hasn't been dyed that far from the natural color. So if you're really getting your guess, if you're really taking time on your guess, there you go. It is natural hair, and it has been dyed, but it's not too drastic. It's not a lot of different from what the natural color was. And again, this was dyed and colored to imitate those baitfish species that you're going to find around North Texas. And I'll have a bunch of these. I say a bunch. I'll have a couple of dozen of these for sale at Fly Fest this weekend. So, you know, come by and I'll get you set up, and he'll be ready for sand bass, which is really already kicking off. I've gotten a lot of pictures. I'm going to get to do some fishing while I'm down there. And I've got several guys that are sending me pictures that are catching sand bass in North Texas already. So excited for that. In years past, we've always, you know, gone down and got a chance to catch some while we were down there. But this last year, weather was bad, and I think it actually iced. I think it stormed the next Sunday. Cut the day short, and we didn't end up stopping when we left out of there. Everybody just headed for home. So, all right, here you go. Last one. We're at 9 minutes. So this is a Fly Shack Sabre model 7060 in their size 12, which it is comparable to everyone else's between a 4 and a 6. I'm going to say it's a 5. You could call it a 4.5, whatever you want to call it, but it's a great hook, especially for the price. Put this in your vise. So I've got a little bitty spot. I don't know if you can see it, but I got a little spot right there that I can line the hook up. Just give it a little bend, straighten it out, open the gap up, and all you're trying to do with this gap is you want this bend to point straight back to the widest part of the hook. See if I can hold that up for you better. So you see that? What that does is it opens up the gap of the hook so that when you're retrieving this, and as soon as a fish bites down on it, that hook point is already poking into the roof of their mouth. And all they have to do is close their mouth and change direction or pause, and the hook has been set. And it's set right into the roof of their mouth, the meaty part of their mouth. You've got a deep, good, strong hook set, and the only thing you got to worry about is either one, breaking the fish off, it getting into some thick cover, or your tippet and leader failing. Most likely you're not. But on sand bass, smallmouth, spotted bass, Guadalupe bass, anything I would say, you know, under 5 pounds, I would not hesitate with this hook. Now, if I'm out after, you know, big largemouth, big redfish, carp, striper, you know, or I'm fishing somewhere that I have the opportunity or, you know, the chance to hook into something big like that, probably isn't going to be my first hook choice. I'm going to go with either a mustad or, you know, something else, something a little bit stronger, a little more serious hook. So let me get my tuft of hair here. Don't forget, send me your guesses on what this hair that I'm tying with is. And if you're the first one to guess correctly, I'll send you a 3-pack of these flies, and you'll be ready for white bass season, and you can go out and catch some fish. Just a couple of loose wraps, and then pull it tight. And then when you taper this, or when you cut this, you want to lay your scissors in there at an angle. You know, I say 45. I don't know if it's quite exactly 45, but just put your scissors in there at an angle. That way when you cut this stuff, you're going to get a nice smooth taper all the way to the front, to the eye of the hook. It's going to track better. It's going to look better, and it'll fish. It'll fish a lot better. All right, you could add some flash in here, some mylar or crystal flash or something like that if you wanted to, but these are going to be for clear water, so I didn't do that. I didn't add any kind of flash to this 3-pack. They're just pretty well natural, and there you go. That is an emerald shiner, a Arkansas River shiner, bullhead minnow, suckermouth minnow, or sand shiner imitation. That will copy all of those bait fish species close enough that it will get 8. So if those are the primary food sources in the bodies of water that you're fishing in, this would be a perfect, ideal, very, very good choice to tie on, you know, and go out and try to catch those fish. I think as a fly angler, as a fly fisherman, I think a lot of the warm water guys don't follow suit with the trout guys like they should as far as matching the hatch. Something that I have learned on the Illinois River catching big smallmouth, and I'm talking smallmouth 5 pounds or bigger, the thing that I have learned and that I have come to appreciate most is that, golly, the wind is crazy, is that you match the hatch, match the forage that the fish you're trying to catch are eating, and it'll help you. So there you go. Bent back clouser with some mysterious mystery hair. Shoot me your guesses, and if you're the first one to guess correctly what this hair is, I'll send you a 3-pack. Thanks for watching. Look for me at Fly Fest. Check in, come by. We're going to be running a couple specials. I'm going to be selling a bunch of flies. Going to be talking everything fly fishing, from trout, Euro nymphing, smallmouth, Beaver's Bend, Illinois River, Lower Mountain Fork, Upper Mountain Fork, Missouri. I mean, we just got a lot of stuff going on. So check in. My presentation is at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. I am talking about Euro nymphing and tightline nymphing and techniques that were used to win the event last year. And if you're still with me and you have been to the event, then you know. Got some arsenal ready to go for several guys. A couple of different weights, a couple of different colors, white, yellow, orange, some greens. But yeah, the mega worm in yellow dominated a couple of years. So I'll have some. If you need some, stop by the booth, and we'll get you set up. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Call me, message, email, whatever you got to do. If you have questions in anywhere in Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, north Texas, if you're fishing, let me know where you're going, what you're after, and I'll tell you what you need to be throwing. Thanks again. Have a good day.